a way sometimes of reminding man of just how small he is. She occasionally throws up the terrible offsprings of our pride and carelessness to remind us of how puny we really are in the face of a tornado, an earthquake, or a Godzilla. The reckless ambitions of man are often dwarfed by their dangerous consequences. For now, Godzilla, that strangely innocent and tragic monster, has gone to Earth. Whether he returns or not, or is never again seen by human eyes, the things he has taught us remain.
What's up, Kaiju family? This guy's Little Chain 1090. So on Team States today with a brand new review. And today, we're going to actually be doing something a little bit different. Today, we're going to be doing a double review, which I haven't done in a while, actually. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Uraku Osaku Saibot 1984 Godzilla, as well as the original 30cm 1984 Godzilla with this custom paint job. So, the reason why we're doing this video today is gonna be because of a buddy of mine, a fellow San Antonian, a fellow YouTuber himself, Atron Kaiju, aka my buddy Albert. He donated these figures for me so I can review these figures for him, and in honor of his late in honor of his late father and his aunt. So I'm definitely dedicating this video out to them. May they rest in peace. And again, thank you, Albert, for granting me the privilege to be able to review both of these figures for you. So, the reason, and he let me, and the whole way we got to this is he asked me to do the review for him, and he had me pick up some figures I would actually like to review. And two things that stood out was the Uraku Osaku and this custom 84. So, I've always wanted to get my hands on one of these. This to add to my collection, because y'all know I'm not a huge Sofubi guy, but I do have a few Sofubi figures I do need to review. But this is actually one I actually want to add to my collection one day. Maybe not this particular paint scheme, but definitely the scope. The scope is, to me, is beautiful. So when he gave me the opportunity to review it, I had to do it. And as far as the 1984 X Plus 30cm Godzilla, this is always a figure that I kind of always wanted to review. This is when I first started collecting X Plus figures. I did like this figure a lot. To me, though, I always thought it was a little bit off. Like they can do more with the scope. So that's why I always held out and waited for the Yuji Sakai 30cm Godzilla, and I do absolutely love that figure. But I was like, you know what? This gives me the opportunity to go back to one of the OG X Plus figures to go ahead and review this. And also with this incredible paint job, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to talk about this either. So, let's go ahead and get right into this review, guys. I'll bring the camera up closer so you can see both of these guys up close and personal in person, see all the details on them, and the amazing paint apps on both of these figures. And thank you.
And here's the first figure from this review, the Uraku Osaku Saibot 1984 Godzilla. So you'll know I don't really collect way too many Sofubi. I do have a few sprinkled in my collection, but this is actually one of the ones I actually do want to go after. I really enjoy the way this figure looks, honestly. They did a really great job capturing the look of the Saibot Godzilla in Sofubi form. He has that weird off look, that that little curl in his lip. And of course with Sophie, it's not gonna be nearly as detailed as X Plus because they're supposed to be they're not supposed to be super detailed. They're not supposed to be super detailed figures. But even with this, you see they do put a lot of work in getting details in these figures. As you see, the tree park skin is still there. They have, of course, the nicely crafted nails and Sophie form. And I do like this color a little bit. It's not my favorite. I've seen other Raku Osakus with a different color that I enjoy. I forgot which one's my favorite, but I do like the colors on this one. This one is a nice teal color with silver mixed in there on the dorsal plates and the nails and on the nails and dorsal plates. I really do like how that looks, especially the silver. It kind of gives it that 1975 Godzilla vibe to it, or the 70s Godzilla vibe to it. I really like that. And of course, it has this nice little chubby, chunky tail. Not crazy long. Just like most Sophie figures, their tails aren't exaggeratedly long. Not like the suit accurate ones from X Plus. But I like it. Honestly, it's a cute figure, to say the least. But of course, I know I gotta do some size comparisons so I can see how big this guy actually is. And the first one up is going to be the M1 Wonderfest 2022 exclusive 1954 Godzilla. This is actually another review I need to get out for this Godzilla. So, but I did want to use him in comparison to the Raku Osaku, because the M1's not a small figure himself either. He's pretty big. I think he's around the 8-9 inch line. Where as far as the Raku Osaku, you see he has almost a 4 inch over him, so he's roughly a 10 inch figure. And you can even see with this side profile how much chunkier and bigger the Raku Osaku is. He's a really big figure, especially for a Sophie. Not as big as the 450 Hedoras, but he has some girth to him. And of course, y'all see how both of these figures do represent the Godzillas that they are coming from that particular movie in Sophie form. I really love the scope on both of these guys. Both of them look absolutely amazing. They both represent that Godzilla they're trying to represent in the movie they came from. And of course, Gogo is going to be the next size comparison, because Gogo is even bigger than Godzilla is. Now this Gogo, I believe, is also M1 if I'm not mistaken. And this Gogo is really big too, as you see. He's bigger than Godzilla, to be honest, but not bigger than a Raku Osaku. It's bigger than the 54, but he's still smaller than the Raku Osaku Godzilla. They'll really give you that girth and size that you can see in it. And Gogo is not small either, but the Raku Osaku is a different beast. He's a different animal, honestly. Much bigger. Got a lot. I mean, the Gogo's almost made it as far as heart wise, but not quite. And of course, the Raku Osaku's girth outdoes Gogo's by a lot. Alright, so that's the first part of this review. I'll go ahead and start reviewing the original 30cm 1984 Godzilla in just a bit. And again, I just want to thank Albert for donating these figures for me to have a chance to be able to review both of them. And here he is. So I've always been kind of on the fence on getting this Godzilla, honestly. Even though 1984 is my favorite suit, when I first started collecting and I saw it, I was gonna go after it, but I think Cody was the one who told me that a Sakai would probably come out of it and I could wait. So I was like, okay, I'll wait. It was either Cody or Robin, I'm not sure. But I'm glad I waited, because I do love my Yuji Sakai Godzilla, but I do really like this scope as well. Especially this beautiful, gorgeous paint job that was done on it. If I'm not mistaken, Albert did tell me he was trying to capture the poster version of the 1984 Godzilla. It's a poster. I always forget the name of the artist. It drives me insane because I love all his Ace artwork. But the person who custom painted this did an incredible job capturing that poster. It looks stunning. Even in this video, I can't really get all the colors to pop like I want to, but this thing is insane. I promise you. And as you'll know, with the tree bark skin, the details in the face and the teeth from X Plus, did absolutely incredible job with that. Same thing with the dorsal plates. And of course, I know the 1984 Godzilla is one of the earlier X Plus figures, also. So of course, I'll bring up one of the OG X Pluses to kind of go with it. But as you see, the custom paint job on this is just wow, crazy. It kind of makes me want to get one on my own, honestly. Because again, I do love that poster of Godzilla from this movie. It looks awesome, and I do really like the scope. I like the pose. He looks like he can't even though it's not as detailed as the Yuji Sakai. It does have that charm and makes you feel like it is the 1954 Godzilla in certain scenes from the movie. And of course, as far as a size comparison would go, I'm gonna again, like I said earlier, I'm gonna bring up one of our older X Plus figures to kind of compare it to it, so y'all can get a good look on the details of that versus this, and how X Plus was really putting out figures back in the day with the 1975 Godzilla. Now I know, 1975 Godzilla is a very controversial figure, but you can see how both these figures look. I think that 1984 came out in 2016. I could be wrong though. And I know the 75 Godzilla came out in 2017. So even though I know the 75 is a little off in the face, to me both of these are great representations from the movies that they came from. They both look amazing. 75 is bigger than the 1984 in this particular instance, but to me they both still look great together. And we've always played with I've always played with a Godzilla versus Godzilla fight, especially as a photo shoot. These two fighting would have been interesting. The beginning of the Heisei era versus the end of the Showa era. And here are these two figures again, side by side, next to each other. And again, I just want to thank Albo for giving me the opportunity to review both of these figures for him. It was an honor that he asked me to do it. I'm happy I was able to do it. But alright guys, that pretty much wraps up this part of the review. I'll bring the camera back out to me and finish this review up for you guys. Thank you.
And we're back. And that's my double review on the Iraku Osaku 1984 Cyborg Godzilla and the custom 30 centimeter 1984 Godzilla 30 centimeter. Again, I want to thank Albo for giving me the opportunity to review both of these amazing and incredible looking figures. Definitely had a lot of fun looking over these, taking pictures of these for y'all, getting the video together. It was a lot of fun doing this for a fellow kaiju fan. So again, thank you again, Albert. And for my next review coming up, I'm actually going to be reviewing I forgot what company it is. I have to ask. But I do have a 30 centimeter Ebra kit that I need to review. That came from yours truly, Leslie P. Chambers. I had to get from to remember what the name of the company was that this kit's from. But I'm looking forward to reviewing that model kit as well, as that is the second model kit in my collection. The second model kit that I got in my collection. I even got that before the Billiken. So I'm looking forward to looking over that. I do still need to review the other two Sophia soldier in this review. The M1 Wonderfest 2022 exclusive 1954 Godzilla, as well as that beautiful Go-Go figure. So I definitely got those reviews out. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. A lot of content's coming up. Of course, at the time of this recording, our Monsters of Attitude will also have up our 60th anniversary King Kong vs. Godzilla show on Monsters of Attitude up and rolling at that point. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, definitely go over to the Monster with Attitude, give us a like, share, and subscribe on both channels, and check out that review as well. But alright guys, and I do have one more thing that's coming up. If you was watching our last show, I announced it there. But if you didn't, then it's gonna be a surprise. Just know I have something special on the way, very, very soon, and I cannot wait to show y'all guys that figure. It's gonna be, can I say, a dream come true in a sense. But alright guys, I guess that's all I got for y'all for today, and you have a great night, Kaiju family.